We're diving into the fascinating history, unique features, and current value of the 1960 D Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny, one of the most sought-after coins in U.S. history. The year was 1960. The U.S. Mint in Denver was working overtime to meet the nation's demand for coins. Amid the post-war economic boom, the Lincoln cent, a staple of everyday transactions, was as popular as ever. But little did anyone know, some of these 1960 D pennies would go on to make history. The D Mint mark right here signifies that this penny was minted in Denver. But what makes the 1960 D penny so special? It all comes down to a tiny detail that most people never even notice. There are two major varieties of the 1960 D penny, the large date and the small date. The difference lies in the size and style of the numbers in the date. Look closely. The 6 and 0 in the small date variety are noticeably smaller and more compact than in the large date version. These variations occurred during the minting process when new dies were introduced, creating what collectors call transitional errors. And here's where things get exciting. The small date variety is much rarer, especially in pristine condition. So, how much is this tiny piece of copper worth today? Well, in circulated condition, most 1960 D pennies are only worth face value, just 1 cent. But if you happen to have a small date variety in mint state or even better, a proof-like condition, you could be sitting on a treasure. At auctions, some 1960 D small date pennies have sold for thousands of dollars. For example, a 1960 D small date penny in MS67 plus red condition sold for over $6,000. And the value only climbs if your coin has rare features like a doubled die or repunched mint mark. Check the date. Does it match the small date variety? Look for any signs of minting errors, such as doubling on the numbers or letters. Make sure it's in the best possible condition. No scratches, stains, or wear marks. To truly unlock its value, consider sending your coin to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. A higher grade means higher value. Before you start rummaging through your pocket change or old coin jars, remember, patience is key. The 1960 D penny is a great example of how attention to detail can pay off big time. Keep your eyes peeled, and who knows, you might just hit the jackpot. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more exciting coin collecting tips. And let us know in the comments, what's the rarest coin in your collection? We're diving into the fascinating history and skyrocketing value of the 1979 D Lincoln penny, a coin that could be worth thousands of dollars. So, if you're curious about how this humble penny turned into a sought-after collectible, stick around because you won't want to miss this. The 1979 D Lincoln penny was minted during a pivotal era in U.S. history. As the country grappled with rising inflation and economic challenges, the humble penny continued its legacy as a key part of everyday commerce. This coin was struck at the Denver Mint, as indicated by the small d beneath the date. Did you know that the Denver Mint produced over 4.1 billion pennies that year? But not all of them were created equal. Some of these coins feature rare errors and high-quality details that make them incredibly valuable to collectors today. Let's take a closer look at the coin itself. The 1979 D Lincoln penny features the iconic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner. Flip it over, and you'll find the traditional Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, a design introduced in 1959 to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. The coin is made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, weighing 3.11 grams. But here's the kicker. Some of these pennies exhibit rare mint errors and pristine conditions that have driven their value through the roof. So, what makes a 1979 D penny worth thousands of dollars? It all comes down to rarity, condition, and errors. Some pennies from 1979 show doubling on the date, mint mark, or lettering. These are known as double die obverse and are highly sought after by collectors. Off-center strikes. A coin struck off-center during minting can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on the extent of the error. Repunched mint mark. RPM. Look closely at the D mint mark. If you notice a faint double impression, you've got a repunched mint mark error, a jackpot for error collectors. Now let's talk about grading. The value of your 1979 D penny depends heavily on its condition. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect uncirculated coin. Circulated coins in average condition are typically worth only their face value, 1 cent. However, mint state MS coins with a grade of 65 or higher can fetch hundreds of dollars. And if your coin is an MS 67 or MS 68, you're looking at a value of over $1,000 to $5,000. Here's where things get really exciting. Recently, a 1979 D Lincoln penny in MS 68 condition sold for a whopping $4,560 at auction. Other error coins from this year have gone for similar jaw-dropping prices. If you've got a coin like this, it's worth getting it professionally graded by services like PCGS or NGC to maximize its value. So, how can you find a valuable 1979 D penny? Start by checking your pocket change, coin jars, and even old collections. Use a magnifying glass or microscope to inspect the coin for errors and overall condition. If you think you've hit the jackpot, get your coin authenticated and graded to see how much it's truly worth. We're diving into the fascinating world of the 1972 no-mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny, a coin that's not just a piece of U.S. history, but also a treasure for collectors. Stick around to find out how much these pennies are worth today and what makes some of them sell for thousands of dollars at auction. The Lincoln cent, introduced in 1909 to commemorate Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday, has been a staple of American currency for over a century. By 1972, these coins were made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, and the design featured Lincoln's profile on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. No mint mark on the coin indicates it was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. But here's the twist. Some 1972 pennies have a rare minting error that sends collectors into a frenzy. It's known as the double die obverse, DDO variety. This error occurs when the die used to strike the coin was engraved twice, slightly misaligned, creating a doubling effect on the coin's design. Look closely at the words Liberty, In God We Trust, and the date 1972. If you notice distinct doubling, you might be holding a jackpot. So what's it worth? While most 1972 pennies without errors are worth just their face value, the 1972 double die obverse penny can fetch serious money. In circulated condition, these coins typically sell for $200 to $500. But if yours is in pristine, uncirculated condition, the value skyrockets. Coins graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC as MS65 or higher have sold for $1,000 to $3,000 or more at auctions. In one famous case, a 1972 DDO penny graded MS67 Plus sold for over $14,000. Use a magnifying glass to inspect the obverse for doubling on the letters and numbers. If you find doubling, consider sending the coin to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC for authentication. Protect your coin by storing it in a holder or case to preserve its condition. The Philadelphia Mint produced over 2.9 billion Lincoln cents in 1972. However, only a small fraction of these feature the double die error, making them incredibly rare and sought after by collectors. The rarity, combined with the historical significance, is what drives their high value. Who knew a penny could be worth so much? If you have a 1972 penny, check it closely. It might just be your lucky day. And don't forget to share this video with fellow coin enthusiasts. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on valuable tips about rare coins. Who knows? The next rare coin could already be in your pocket. We're diving deep into the fascinating history and surprising value of the 1989 no-mint Mark Lincoln cent. Could this tiny penny be worth thousands of dollars? Stick around to find out. The Lincoln cent, introduced in 1909, was designed by Victor David Brenner to honor President Abraham Lincoln's 100th birth anniversary. Over the years, the penny has undergone several changes, but the 1989 Lincoln cent holds a unique place in history. This year marked the 80th anniversary of the Lincoln cent series. Yet few knew this seemingly ordinary coin could one day become a collector's dream. The 1989 penny with no mint mark was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Unlike pennies from Denver or San Francisco, Philadelphia pennies are distinguished by the absence of a mint mark just below the date. Over 7 billion of these coins were minted, so at first glance, it may seem like there's nothing special about this coin. But here's where things get exciting. While most 1989 pennies are worth their face value, some have sold for thousands of dollars. Why? Rare errors and high-quality examples, like off-center strikes or double dies. A penny in perfect condition, graded as MS68 or higher by the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, can fetch top dollar at auction. In fact, a pristine 1989 no-mint mark penny in MS68 recently sold for over $5,000 at auction. Look for sharp details, no scratches, and a glossy finish. Use a magnifying glass to spot doubling on the text or unusual features. If your coin looks flawless, consider having it professionally graded to determine its value. The value of 1989 no-mint mark pennies depends on their condition and rarity. Most are worth 1 cent, but high-grade examples can bring thousands of dollars. Keep in mind that market demand and collector interest also play a huge role in determining value. Even coins with minor errors can sell for $100 or more. So, there you have it. The 1989 no-mint mark Lincoln cent might just be the hidden treasure in your coin jar. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, always check your change. You never know what you might find. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to your channel name, and click the bell icon so you never miss out on more coin collecting secrets. And let us know in the comments. Have you ever found a valuable penny in your collection? We're diving deep into the fascinating history of the 2001 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny, what makes it so valuable, and how you can spot one of these rare treasures. Let's get started. A timeline graphic showing Lincoln pennies throughout the years, focusing on the 2001 design. The Lincoln 1-cent penny has been a staple of U.S. coinage since 1909, commemorating the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. By 2001, the penny was still using Victor David Brenner's iconic design, with Lincoln's portrait on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. Show a standard 2001 penny with its bright copper-plated surface. The 2001 penny without a mint mark was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. This coin was produced in the millions, making it seem like an everyday common coin. But here's the twist. Some of these coins have unique features or errors that make them extremely valuable to collectors. Highlight close-up images of error coins, showing doubled lettering, off-center strikes, or other unique features. So, what makes a 2001 no-mint mark penny worth thousands of dollars? It's all about errors and rarities. Let's break down some of the most sought-after coins with doubling on letters like Liberty or In God We Trust can fetch huge premiums. These rare mistakes occur during the minting process when the die imprints the coin design twice. If your 2001 penny looks like it was struck off-center, it's a major error that collectors love. These can range in value depending on how off-center the strike is. This happens when the coin's metal blank is improperly cut, leaving part of the edge missing. A 2001 penny with a clipped planchet could easily sell for hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. Unusually high-grade coins, even if your 2001 penny doesn't have an error, its condition could make it valuable. Coins graded MS67 or higher, that's mint state, for all you beginners, are considered exceptional and can be worth a small fortune. A grading chart showing MS grades, with an MS67 or MS68 highlighted. Now, let's talk numbers. A regular 2001 no-mint mark penny in circulated condition is only worth its face value, 1 cent, but a penny with a double die error can sell for $1,000 to $5,000 depending on the severity of the error and its condition. Off-center strike pennies from 2001 can bring in $500 to $3,000 and pristine. High-grade examples graded MS68 have been known to fetch $2,000 or more at auctions. Highlight a specific auction example, like a screenshot of a penny sold for thousands. A person inspecting coins under a magnifying glass, placing them in protective sleeves. Inspect your change carefully. Look for doubling, off-center strikes, or any oddities. Use a magnifying glass or microscope to get a closer look at the details. Preserve your findings. Place valuable coins in protective holders to avoid scratches or damage. Professional grading services like PCGS or NGC can authenticate your coin and assign it a grade, which significantly increases its value. So there you have it. The 2001 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny might just be the hidden gem in your coin jar. Don't forget to check your change. You never know when you might stumble upon a $1,000 treasure. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more coin collecting tips, and let us know in the comments. What's the most valuable coin you've ever found? Did you know that a seemingly ordinary 1980 Lincoln penny could be worth thousands of dollars? That's right. These small copper coins may look like pocket change, but some are treasures hiding in plain sight. The history of the 1980 no-mint Mark penny. The 1980 Lincoln penny was minted during an interesting time in U.S. history. This penny belongs to the Lincoln Memorial Series, which ran from 1959 to 2008. The coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which typically didn't use a mint mark on its coins back then. That's why you'll see no mint mark on the 1980 penny. It's a hallmark of Philadelphia production. This coin was crafted from a copper alloy, 95% copper and 5% zinc, and it weighs 3.11 grams. However, 1982 marked a major change when the U.S. Mint switched to a zinc core with a thin copper coating to reduce costs. So, the 1980 penny is part of the last years of traditional copper pennies. Rare errors and unique features. But here's where things get exciting. While most 1980 pennies are worth only face value, rare errors or high-grade examples can make these coins worth a fortune. Look out for errors like the double die obverse, where details like Lincoln's face or the date appear doubled. Another rare error is the off-center strike, where the coin's design is misaligned. These flaws make a coin unique and highly collectible. Grading and why condition matters now. Condition is everything when it comes to value. Collectors use a grading scale from poor, P1, to mint state, MS, 70. A 1980 penny in MS 65 or higher is highly sought after and can fetch hundreds, or even thousands of dollars. For instance, an MS 67 red graded 1980 penny sold for over $2,000 at auction. That's a huge jump from its humble 1-cent origins. Use a magnifying glass to inspect the date, lettering, and Lincoln's portrait. Coins with bright red luster and no scratches are worth grading. If you think you have a rare find, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. Current value in 2024 inch. So, what's the value of a 1980 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny today? For most circulated examples, they're worth about 1 cent to 5 cents. However, rare errors or coins graded MS 65 or higher can range from $50 to over $2,000. In fact, some high-grade examples with unique errors can fetch even higher prices, making them a dream find for collectors. Closing and call to action. So, check your change jars and old coin collections. You might just have a 1980 penny worth thousands of dollars sitting right under your nose. Did you enjoy learning about the history and value of the 1980 Lincoln penny? Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon for more rare coin stories and tips. Who knows? Your next penny could be your jackpot. We're diving into the fascinating history of the 1973 D Lincoln cent, its key features, and what makes some of these pennies so valuable today. Let's find out if you're holding a fortune in your hand. Background switches to vintage footage of pennies being minted. First, let's rewind to 1973. The Lincoln cent, featuring the iconic profile of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, had been a staple of American coinage since 1909. By 1973, the penny was struck in copper, a 95% copper and 5% zinc alloy to be exact. This was just before the transition to the mostly zinc composition in 1982. Close-up of Lincoln's profile on a 1973 penny, copper composition. 95% copper, 5% zinc. The D mint mark under the date indicates that the coin was minted in Denver. In 1973, the Denver Mint produced an impressive 3.5 billion Lincoln pennies, making it a very common coin. But here's the kicker. Not all 1973 D pennies are created equal. Close-up of a penny with a glowing effect around it. So, What makes a 1973 penny worth thousands of dollars? It all comes down to rarity and condition. Coins that are well preserved, particularly those graded as mint state by professional grading companies like PCGS or NGC, are extremely sought after by collectors. But it's not just about condition. Error coins are the real jackpot. A few 1973 pennies were struck with minting errors, like off-center strikes, double dies, or repunched mint marks, RPM. These rare anomalies can drive the value of your penny into the thousands. The screen shows auction footage with dollar signs flashing. In recent years, some 1973 pennies have fetched jaw-dropping prices at auction. For example, a pristine 1973 penny graded MS-67 by PCGS sold for over $2,400. And if you find a rare error coin, the sky's the limit. 1973 penny MS-67. $2,400 at auction. Image of a 1973 penny with an error. The camera shows someone examining coins under a magnifying glass. Now, you're probably wondering, how do I check if my 1973 penny is valuable? Start by inspecting it closely. Look for any unusual features, like doubling on the date, mint mark, or letters. Use a magnifying glass or coin microscope for a closer look. Key areas to check: date, mint mark, reverse details. Next, assess the coin's condition. Coins with little to no wear are worth sending to a grading service for professional evaluation. And don't forget to check the weight. Rare planchet errors may weigh slightly more or less than the standard 3.11 grams. Camera pans over a collection of shiny Lincoln pennies. So, whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone curious about their loose change, the 1973 Lincoln penny is definitely worth a second look. Who knows? You might just have a $1,000 coin sitting in your piggy bank. Tips for collectors: handle coins carefully, avoid cleaning them, and store them in protective cases. If you found this video helpful, smash that like button and subscribe for more awesome coin collecting tips. And don't forget to comment below if you think you've found a valuable penny. We'd love to hear your story. We're diving into the fascinating world of the 1970 Lincoln 1-cent penny, a coin that might just be hiding in your pocket change and could be worth thousands of dollars. Let's uncover its history, what makes it so special, and why collectors are willing to pay a fortune for it. The 1970 penny was minted in Denver, one of 3 U.S. mint facilities producing Lincoln cents that year. Over 2.9 billion pennies were struck at the Denver Mint in 1970, making it seem like just another common year for penny production. But, as with all coins, the devil is in the details, and the 1970 penny has some fascinating quirks that make it highly sought after by collectors. This penny features the iconic profile of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, with the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But some coins from 1970 stand out due to errors and special varieties. These rare examples are the ones fetching high prices today. Rare minting mistakes can make ordinary coins worth a fortune. The most famous error for the 1970 penny is the double die obverse, DDO, where parts of the design are struck twice, creating a doubling effect. Look closely at the lettering like Liberty or the date for this doubling. Coins in pristine, uncirculated condition, also known as mint state MS, are incredibly valuable. If your 1970 penny has no scratches, wear, or discoloration, it could fetch top dollar. Though not specific to the Denver Mint, some proof coins from this year, especially with errors, have been found in circulation. Always double-check your pennies for unexpected rarities. Alright, let's talk numbers. Most 1970 pennies in circulated condition are only worth their face value, 1 cent. But here's where it gets exciting. A 1970 penny with a double die obverse can sell for $500 to $2,000 depending on its condition. A mint state 1970 penny graded by a professional service, like PCGS or NGC, can fetch upwards of $5,000 or more. And if you're lucky enough to find a rare error penny, like an off-center strike or a clipped planchet, it could be worth thousands of dollars to the right buyer. Did you know that one 1970 penny sold for over $7,000 at auction? Keep an eye out. You might just strike gold with your pocket change. Use a magnifying glass to inspect the coin for errors like doubling, off-center strikes, or other abnormalities. The condition of your coin matters a lot. A professional grading service can authenticate and grade your coin, increasing its value. Research sales compare your coin to similar ones sold at auction. Websites like eBay, Heritage Auctions, and PCGS are great resources. The 1970 Lincoln penny is proof that even a humble 1-cent coin can be worth a small fortune. So, go through your coin jars, search those old collections, and who knows, you might just have a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss out on more fascinating coin stories. Share your 1970 penny finds in the comments below. I'd love to hear about them. We're diving into the fascinating history of the 1949 no-mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny, an ordinary coin with extraordinary value. Did you know that this penny could be hiding in your pocket change and might be worth thousands of dollars? Let's explore its history, unique features, and how to identify if you've struck gold or copper in this case. The history of the 1949 penny, archival images of the U.S. Mint and the Lincoln cent design process. The 1949 Lincoln penny, part of the long-running Lincoln wheat cent series, was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, as indicated by its lack of a mint mark. This series was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin features Lincoln's profile on the obverse and 2 wheat stalks on the reverse, a design cherished by collectors. A close-up of the obverse and reverse of a 1949 penny. In 1949, over 217 million pennies were minted in Philadelphia. While the coin was common in its day, pristine examples and error coins from this year have skyrocketed in value over time. Key features of the 1949 penny: side-by-side comparison of circulated and uncirculated 1949 pennies. So, what makes this penny so special? Let's look at a few factors that can significantly affect its value. Coins in uncirculated or mint state condition are incredibly rare. A 1949 penny with its original luster can fetch a premium. Look for rare minting errors like double dies, repunched mint marks, RPMs, or off-center strikes. These errors are highly sought after by collectors and can drive the value of the coin into the thousands. While millions were minted, only a small percentage remain in excellent condition today. Most were heavily circulated, making high-grade examples hard to find. Current value of the 1949 penny: a graphic chart showing value ranges for different coin grades. Now let's talk money. How much is the 1949 no-mint mark penny worth today? In circulated condition, the coin typically sells for 10 to 50 cents, a modest value for its age. In mint state grades like MS-65 or higher, it can command prices of $100 to $500. But here's the kicker. Error coins or ultra-rare high-grade specimens certified by grading services like PCGS or NGC have sold for thousands of dollars at auction. For example, a pristine 1949 penny with a double die error once sold for over $5,000. Footage of a high-grade penny being graded at PCGS. Use a magnifying glass or microscope to check for mint errors like doubling or misalignments. Examine the condition. Is there any original luster left? Consider getting your coin graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC to maximize its value. Store your coin properly in a protective holder to avoid scratches or damage. Final thoughts: host sitting at a table with a display of coins. The 1949 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny might seem like an ordinary coin, but it's proof that history can hold hidden treasures. Whether it's worth a few cents or thousands of dollars, this little piece of history is a gem for any collector. So, check your change, search those old piggy banks, and who knows, you might just have a fortune sitting right under your nose. Could you be holding a fortune in your pocket change? The 1975 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny may look ordinary, but some of these coins are worth thousands of dollars. Stick around as we uncover the fascinating history of this iconic penny and reveal what makes it so valuable today. The Lincoln 1-cent coin, first introduced in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday, has been a staple of U.S. currency for over a century. By 1975, the penny featured the famous design by Victor David Brenner on the obverse and Frank Gasparo's Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. In 1975, pennies minted in Philadelphia were left without a mint mark, which was the standard practice at the time. This means any 1975 penny you find without a mint mark was produced in Philadelphia. The obverse features Lincoln's profile, with Liberty to the left and the year 1975 on the right. The reverse displays the Lincoln Memorial, flanked by the words United States of America and E pluribus unum. And remember, no mint mark means it was minted in Philadelphia. So, what's the secret behind these coins being worth thousands of dollars? It all comes down to rarity, condition, and errors. Coins graded as MS67 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC are incredibly rare and highly sought after. Look for unique minting errors like double die obverse, off-center strikes, or die cracks. These imperfections can skyrocket a coin's value. Did you know? A 1975 penny graded MS67 sold at auction for over $2,000. Use a magnifying glass to check for any errors or unusual details. A penny with no scratches, wear, or discoloration has a higher chance of being valuable. Submit your coin to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC for an official evaluation. Pro tip: even small variations can mean big money to collectors. Now, let's talk about the money. A typical 1975 no-mint mark penny in circulated condition is usually worth only face value, 1 cent. But in uncirculated, high-grade condition, these coins can fetch anywhere between $100 and $2, $500, and rare error coins? They can go even higher, reaching up to $5,000 or more at auctions. Who knows? That small penny sitting in your jar or wallet could be a hidden gem worth thousands of dollars. So start searching, check your 1975 pennies carefully, and don't forget to share your findings with us in the comments below. Enjoyed this video? Hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications for more fascinating coin collecting stories and tips.